A very good morning to all of you. You're watching Breakfast News. My name is Aditi Nagpal Girotra. Let's get the bulletin rolling with the headlines first. All four accused in Hyderabad sexual assault and murder case killed in police encounter. Police commissioner says accused tried to flee while crime scene was being reconstructed. Home Ministry sanctions 100 crore to set up women help desks in police stations. Government to invite suggestions from states to make changes in criminal laws and make police stations more women-friendly. Lok Sabha to discuss International Financial Services Centre Authority Bill 2019 and the Arms Amendment Bill 2019. House to have further discussion on crop loss. Government committed to increase per capita availability of water from 40 to 55 litres, says Union Minister Ratan Lal Kataria. Promises water supply in every house by 2024 in the Lok Sabha. 4th India Water Impact Summit begins in Delhi today. Nation remembers Bharat Ratna Baba Saheb Bhimrao Ambedkar on his 64th Mahaparinirvan Divas. Special program in Parliament complex. President, Vice President, PM and other dignitaries pay floral tributes. All four men accused in the Hyderabad veterinarian sexual assault and murder case were killed in a police encounter today. An official of the Hyderabad Police Commissionerate who confirmed the incident said the encounter took place at around 3:30 a.m. at the same place under a bridge on the Bangalore-Hyderabad National Highway where the accused had committed the crime on the night of 27th November. Cops claimed all four accused tried to escape while the crime scene was being reconstructed and were killed. 4 men, all lorry workers aged between 20 and 24, were arrested on 29th November on charges of raping and killing the woman and had been sent to judicial custody for 14 days on last Saturday. The case had triggered a nationwide outrage with the public and lawmakers demanding speedy punishment to the perpetrators. The Home Ministry has sanctioned ₹100 crore from the Nirbhaya Fund to set up women help desks in police stations across the country. A Home Ministry statement said the women help desk will focus on making police stations more women-friendly and approachable, as they would be the first and single point of contact for any woman walking into a police station. The scheme would be implemented by the states and union territories, and lady police officers will be deployed at these help desks. Help desks would have enlisted panel of experts like lawyers, psychologists and NGOs to facilitate legal aid, counseling, shelter, rehabilitation and training among others. The MHA has also asked all state governments to send their suggestions for a major overhaul and recasting of the Indian Penal Code and the Code of Criminal Procedure. It is the day of private members' bill in both houses of the parliament today. The second half of the Rajya Sabha session today will see several private members' bill for introduction, including the Nationalization of Interstate Rivers Bill 2019 to be moved for introduction by MP T. Subramanya Reddy. The Mangrove Forest Special Provisions Bill 2019 to be introduced by MP Rajkumar Doot. The Population Control Bill 2019 to be moved for introduction by MP Abhishek Manu Singhvi. The Prohibition of Multi-Digit Lotteries Bill 2019 will be moved for introduction by BJP MP Vijay Goyal. Several private members' bill are also listed in Lok Sabha's agenda today. Unemployment Allowance Bill 2019 will be moved for introduction by MP Ashok Mahadev Rai, Niti. Uniform Education Bill 2019 will be introduced by MP Rakesh Singh. MP Varun Gandhi will move the farmers' right to minimum price realization of agricultural produce Bill 2019 and the religious conversion prohibition to Bill 2019 will be moved by MP Bharat Ruhari Mehtab. In the legislative business in the Lok Sabha, Nirmala Sitharaman will move the International Financial Services Centres Authority Bill 2019 for consideration and passing. The bill aims to provide for the establishment of an authority to develop and regulate the financial services market in the International Financial Services Centres in India. The Arms Amendment Bill 2019 is also listed for consideration and passing. The bill seeks to enhance punishment for illegally possessing and making prohibited arms. The bill also makes provision that a person can have a maximum of 2 firearms as against the present norm of 3. The bill will be moved by Home Minister Amit Shah. Further discussion under Rule 193 on crop loss and farmer issues will continue in the House today. The discussion is being held after Congress MP K. Suresh and Shiv Sena MP Gajanan Kirtikar raised the issue in the House. Unseasonal rains and hailstorms have severely damaged crops in many states, including Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh. During the discussion, members highlighted the seriousness of the problem and put forth their suggestions for a solution.
किसानों की आय में वृद्धि के लिए किसानों की आय 2022 तक दुगना हो इसके लिए और उनकी खेती का खर्चा घटे इसके लिए अब हर किसान को यह सुविधा मिलेगी, यह आर्थिक सहायता मिलेगी, इसका प्रबंध किया। साथ साथ किसान का खर्चा कैसे घटे, किस रासायनिक खाद को किस मिट्टी में डालना है, कितनी मात्रा में डालना है, इसके लिए मिट्टी जांच की व्यवस्था की, नीम कोटेड सॉइल हेल्थ कार्ड, नीम कोटेड यूरिया की व्यवस्था की। तब से यूरिया खाद की कालाबाजारी बंद हुई है। यह किसानों के लिए बहुत बड़े राहत की बात है, अन्यथा देश भर में किसान सड़क जाम करते थे।
I feel man-made reasons are worsening the situation, and sadly the government policies are aggravating the farm distress. Prices are soaring up, but the farmers is still staying in poverty. The anti-farmers policy of this government is crushing our farmers ruthlessly. They have only one option to end their life. The electricity charges, unfair import policies, fertilizer prices, inflation is going up every day. But see the real picture of an Indian farmer. Agriculture in India is a death game. It's shocking that over 12,000 Maharashtra farmers committed suicide in 3 years. The recent National Sample Survey on Farmer Situation Assessment says 40% of farmers would like to quit agriculture. Crop failure is recurring every year, either due to the drought or floods and the climatic reasons.
Let's connect with Kriti, who's joining us live from the Parliament premises. Kriti, how's the day likely to pan out at Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha? And also, it's a private members' bill day at both the houses. What's the day going to be like?
Well, absolutely, Aditi. As you've mentioned, that Friday is allotted for the transaction of private members' business. So as far as the upper house is concerned, number of private member bills are likely to be taken up for introduction as well as for consideration and passage. For introduction, there are crucial bills. For instance, member Abhishek Manu Singhvi will move a private member's bill to actually control the burgeoning population of India. There's another important private member bill that would be moved by member Shanta Chetri for regulating the e-commerce industry. And as far as the bills for consideration and passage are concerned, member Narendra Jadhav will move a bill to actually ensure that there are measures in place while allowing the foreign investment in India. And also Naresh Gujral will move a private member bill to ensure that there's reservation for orphans for jobs. So these are the important bills, private members' bills that would be taken up in the Rajya Sabha today. As far as the Lok Sabha is concerned, of course, there's also a number of private members' bills that are listed for taking up. But as far as the government business is concerned, remember, the government will move the IFSC authority bill. Remember, the financial and the capital markets right now are regulated by a number of regulators in India, for instance, SEBI, RBI, also PFRDA and IRDA. So this authority will provide a cohesive approach for development and also for progress of the financial and capital markets in India. So important day as far as the Lok Sabha is concerned. Over to you, Aditi.
Thank you so much, Kriti, for all that information. The Rajya Sabha has returned the Taxation Law Amendment Bill 2019 to Lok Sabha after discussion. Replying to the discussion on the bill in the House, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman said that slashing corporate tax remains an effective reform measure to attract more investments and that all Indian companies will benefit from this. The Finance Minister also said there is no shortage of liquidity in the market. After the Parliament's approval, the bill will replace an ordinance issued on 20th September this year regarding corporate tax cuts.
The concessional rates provided in the ordinance and now in this bill, sir, are applicable only to domestic companies. We are not giving to foreign companies at all. The concessional rate of 15% is being offered to manufacturing companies. It's all companies, big, small, medium, micro, all of them get this rate. So long as you are part of the Companies Act, the small ones, medium ones, all of them will benefit out of this. First of all, we established that there is no liquidity problem with the banks. Then we wanted that to be given further to the NBFCs and for the banks themselves to go to the hinterland. So we said 400 districts, you would go, all the banks and the NBFCs would go and make sure that all kinds of loans are provided for people who approach them following every prudential norm.
Taking part in the discussion, MPs raised questions about some differences in the ordinance promulgated by the President and the bill introduced by the Finance Minister. Several other issues related to the economy were also raised.
We are again claiming that we are going to be one among 5 largest economies in the world, one among the 5 largest economies. And during the time of the budget discussion itself, sir, the House opposition had raised various concerns on the economy, and we had discussed that the imminent economic crisis, but unfortunately, government did not accept.
I wish to suggest to you that this corporate tax reduction is good atmospherics, good headlines, good PR, but is not going to address the structural problems of the economy that is born out of falling consumption and declining investment.
I think what kind of a devastation you brought to the economy is evident from the numbers I presented. You have destructed India's poor and their economy, and then you claim to be the great performers or miracle makers. And let me tell you what has been the impact of demonetization in this country. It has led to a formalization of economy. It has led to digitization of economy. It has brought money directly into the accounts, into the pockets of the poor.
So the concerns about the new tax bill are these, that because of this, the MSMEs may be left out. Then the second, the demand side has not been addressed, the consumption side not addressed, pump-pricing the economy by increasing government expenditure on roads and houses and other things probably could have been thought of.
Rajya Sabha has condemned the incident of the Unnao rape survivor being set on fire as she was on her way to appear in court. Members also called for stringent action against the culprits. Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu said there is a need to send out a signal that such heinous crime against women will not be accepted and there should be swift actions against the perpetrators. Several members expressed anguish over the incident.
What is needed is not mere arrest in one case. As everybody said, we must send out a signal to the entire country, to the society, that in such incidents, the action should be taken promptly, swiftly, adequately, so that the things cannot be repeated once again. As the other day we discussed the issue at length, I am not allowing a general discussion, and we will close it here with a caution to all the concerned to act immediately, swiftly, and also appeal to the society to isolate such people and stand by the victims, and then stand by the administration whenever they take immediate action, and bring pressure on the people concerned that they cannot get away with such incidents and all.
इसमें दोषी जो भी ठहराए जाएं, जो रिस्पॉन्सिबल हों, उन सब के खिलाफ कार्रवाई तो हो ही, और ऐसी कार्रवाई डेटरेंट पनिशमेंट मिले लोगों को कि अन्य लोग अधिकारी इतने अलर्ट रहें कि अन्य जगहों पर इस तरह की कोई घटना रिपीट न हो सके.
So it's a chilling and really heartbreaking incident what has happened today. Day in and day out we are listening about girls being raped, women being raped all over the country. But today's incident has taken absolutely the ultimate, where a girl, a rape victim going to court has been burnt alive, sir. What can be worse than this? Our women have to be safeguarded.
Rajya Sabha Chairman Venkaiah Naidu has expressed deep anguish over low attendance of members in parliamentary standing committee meetings. He also urged leaders of all political parties to ensure quantitative and qualitative functioning of the parliamentary panels.
Meeting with chairpersons of parliamentary panels, Chairman Naidu expressed concern over absenteeism of members in department-related parliamentary standing committees.
Honorable members, I have conveyed a meeting of the chairmen of the standing committee and also standing committee of this house, and had discussions with them about the need to improve further functioning of these two important bodies. As the chairman of this August House, empowered with nominating honorable members of this House on various committees of Parliament, including the department-related standing committees, I would like to share my concern on the functioning of these committees. This morning, I have held a meeting with this chairman, 8 chairmen of the standing committee, and also the chairmen of the standing committees of this House. One standing committee is of both the houses, the other is of this House. All these committees have been reconstituted recently. With statistical evidence, I have highlighted low attendance of members of both the houses in the meetings of the 8 department-related standing committees that are with this House. Standing committees are no different in this regard. Department-related standing committees have been conceived as an effective instrument of enabling detailed scrutiny of legislative proposals, besides focused and detailed examination of various issues chosen by these committees for reporting in a bipartisan manner, which may not always be possible in both the House of Parliament. The 8 department-related standing committees of Rajya Sabha have been reconstituted in September this year, and have held a total of 41 meetings since then. As you are aware, each committee has 10 members, including the chairman from this House, and 21 from Lok Sabha. An analysis of attendance in all these 41 meetings revealed a very disturbing trend, which I shared with the committee chairman today in the meeting.
The chairman also mentioned the names of 18 members who attended all the meetings of respective committees since their reconstitution in September this year.
These 8 committees, a total of 80 members of Rajya Sabha are represented. Out of these 80 members, 18 members have attended all the meetings of respective committees since September this year. 18 out of 80. 18 of the total 168 Lok Sabha members represented on these 8 committees have also attended all these meetings. 18 of 168. I expect the members of this House to be fully present in the meetings of the committees to raise each member of the department-related standing committee represents 25 members of the Parliament while deliberating in the committee. If one member is absent, the voice of 25 members would not be heard. I hence appeal to leaders of all political parties, inside the House, outside also, to ensure quantitative and qualitative functioning of these committees, in whom the Parliament has vested an important responsibility of functioning on its behalf.
The chairman also said that department-related standing committees have been conceived as an effective instrument of enabling detailed scrutiny of legislative proposals. They also enable focused and detailed examination of various issues chosen by these committees for reporting in a bipartisan manner, which may not always be possible in both houses of Parliament. Kriti Mishra, Rajya Sabha TV.
Top India officials of Facebook, Instagram and WhatsApp on Thursday briefed a parliamentary panel on the issue of harassment faced by women online. The officials from these 3 social media giants made a presentation to the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Women Empowerment, which is examining the issue of cyber security and safety of women. According to the sources, Facebook shared the details of its current mechanism through which women can report cyber harassment and any form of cyberbullying to the social media site. The committee members suggested that the social media players fully cooperate with the government and help in further strengthening of online vigilance. Home Minister Amit Shah on Thursday held a meeting with union ministers and top officials to discuss the issue of spiraling onion price. Those who attended the meeting include Railway Minister Piyush Goyal and Agriculture Minister Narendra Singh Tomar. Cabinet Secretary Rajiv Gauba and Advisor to Prime Minister P.K. Sinha were also present in the meeting. The Home Minister reviewed the progress made in the decisions taken in the last meeting with respect to facilitating speedy import of onion that would help improve availability and cool prices. Shah was informed that state-run MMTC has contracted import of over 21,000 tons of onion from Egypt and Turkey, and the shipments are expected to arrive by mid-January. The 4th India Water Impact Summit is all set to begin at Delhi's Vigyan Bhavan from today. Union Jal Shakti Minister Gajendra Singh Shekhawat will chair this summit. Meanwhile, Minister of State for Jal Shakti Ministry Ratan Lal Kataria mentioned in the Lok Sabha that in the coming times, per capita availability of water will be increased to 55 litres, which is presently 40 litres. He gave this information in response to supplementary questions during the question hour in the House. He also said that work on connecting rivers is happening at a quick pace and dedicated efforts are being made towards achieving the goal of making water available to every household by 2024.
जितने भी बड़े बड़े शहर हैं जहां पर इस प्रकार की वाटर स्केर्सिटी देखने को मिलती है, उन सब के बारे में विचार किया जा रहा है और इसके लिए कार्य योजना भी बनाई जा रही है। और जिस प्रकार से जो जल जीवन मिशन योजना है, उसके अंतर्गत 2024 तक हमारी ये कोशिश है कि जो भी घर उनको नल से जल उपलब्ध कराया जाए और जो आज 40 लीटर के लगभग जो है वाटर की अवेलेबिलिटी पर व्यक्ति आज भारतवर्ष के अंदर है, इसको 55 लीटर तक बढ़ाने की कोशिश जो है हम आने वाले समय में करेंगे।
In Karnataka, the polling for by-election to 15 assembly segments concluded peacefully. However, a few cases of EVM malfunction and voters not finding their names in the electoral rolls were reported during the voting process. According to the Election Commission, voter turnout was over 66.40% in all the 15 constituencies. Chikballapur Assembly segment recorded the highest of 79.80% poll percentage, and Shivaji Nagar in Bangalore recorded the lowest of 41.13%. The BJP needs to win at least 6 out of the 15 seats to remain in power. Counting of votes will be taken up on 9th of December. And now let's talk about environment and climate change. The United Nations said the current decade will be the hottest in history. The World Meteorological Organization has estimated that global temperatures were 1.1 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial temperatures. The report also found the world's seas more acidic than they were 150 years ago and were a greater threat to marine ecosystems. The global average sea level reached its highest recorded level in October. The report said more than 1 crore people were internally displaced in the first half of 2019. And by the end of this year, the people displaced due to weather changes could reach up to 22 million. Today, the nation is remembering the father of Indian Constitution, Baba Saheb Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar, on his death anniversary. Tributes are pouring in from across the country on the occasion of the 64th Mahaparinirvan Divas of Dr. Ambedkar. President Ram Nath Kovind, Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu and Prime Minister Narendra Modi paid floral tributes to Dr. Ambedkar in the Parliament complex. Many other leaders were present on the occasion. A large number of people also took part to mark the occasion. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu and Prime Minister Narendra Modi today paid tribute to B.R. Ambedkar on his 64th Mahaparinirvan Divas. Vice President, in a series of tweets, said, "Humble tributes and respects to architect of the Constitution." He said Ambedkar was a champion of democracy. He was a staunch patriot, a nationalist, and a humanist to whom upliftment of poor and downtrodden was an essential precondition to development. Prime Minister Narendra Modi too paid tributes to B.R. Ambedkar. In a video message, Modi said Ambedkar gave a unique gift to the country in the form of a constitution.
पूजनीय डॉक्टर बाबा साहब आम्बेडकर हमें इतना व्यापक और विस्तृत संविधान दिया, वो आज भी टाइम मैनेजमेंट और प्रोडक्टिविटी का एक उदाहरण है। यह हमें भी अपने दायित्वों को रिकॉर्ड समय में पूरा करने के लिए प्रेरित करता है। लोकतंत्र बाबा साहब के स्वभाव में रचा बसा था और वो कहते थे कि भारत के लोकतांत्रिक मूल्य कहीं बाहर से नहीं आए। गणतंत्र क्या होता है और संसदीय व्यवस्था क्या होती है, ये भारत के लिए कोई नई बात नहीं है। संविधान सभा में उन्होंने एक बहुत भावुक अपील की थी कि इतने संघर्ष के बाद मिली स्वतंत्रता की रक्षा हमें अपने खून की आखिरी बूंद तक करनी है।
And with this, it's a wrap on this edition of Breakfast News. Thank you so much for joining us.